buddy, am I gonna do with you?
What?
Don't stop.
Ultimate face-offs, questionable liquids, and I don't like what's happening here. Today, we are breaking down and reacting to all of the electrifying medical scenes and aggressive injuries from the boys.
Let's hear it for the boys.
Let's dive right in. What the heck is that? Obviously, this does not come into the emergency department, but we do see people who get chest trauma the other direction. Kind of common thing that we do worry about is a car accident where somebody has a sternal fracture. Getting slammed on a table with glass vials, you always worry about objects just being embedded into the tissue. Glass is such a pain in the butt because you can't necessarily see it. Sometimes we can use our tools to probe into a wound and you can feel it. Feel it, feel it. But they're really hard to like get a hold of. Okay. Smacking your head on a metal pole and then getting knocked out. You always worry about somebody's airway and their neck.
Look at that neck!
As well as obviously the head. So if you are a bystander there, call 911, stabilize their neck, get them out of harm's way. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Lots of the red stuff squirting everywhere. If somebody were to be separated in such a way, you would rip major blood vessels. Obviously, you all know this.
We noticed.
It's almost like they have it to the whole blood volume just dropped out in 2 seconds. A lot of it would drop out, but not necessarily that fast because it's everywhere in your tissues. But you see organs laying next to this individual. They're trying to depict most likely intestines. So you're gonna have small intestine, large intestine. The large intestine will probably still be kind of tucked and attached. They're all connected by mesentery. There's blood all over his face and probably into his eyes, into his mouth. You get worried about blood pathogens that you might have gotten exposed to. That's why we have OSHA here in the United States. You worry about, protecting yourself.
Most people, their brains grow till they're about 25, then stop forever. Mine doesn't. It regenerates constantly.
Oh, interesting. And as we get older, our brains actually shrink in size. You might not be able to regenerate your brain like this character, but you can support your brain function with supplements like Level Up by my company, Life Happens. Now at lifehappens.com and on Amazon.
Stab me in the heart, I die. Stab me in the brain, and the little goes back. I want you to put this inside me, in my eye, here.
What?
You give me a frontal lobotomy.
I was just about to say, one of the ways to do a lobotomy is going through the orbital socket next to the eye through, because the frontal lobe of your brain is accessed that way to a point.
Now avoid the eye itself. I don't want to go blind.
See, so missing the eye, wanting to go next to it. Yeah. Shaky hands. Don't have a cup of coffee when you want to do this. Obviously, I'm not recommending anybody do this. Please do not do this. This is a show. We don't even do this in the hospital. Oh my! Come on! Come on! Eyes. Most people do not like eyes. My best friend's an ophthalmologist, and I don't know how he does it.
Now, use the hammer.
The hammer.
You're able to get into the eye socket, but using the hammer because you need to break into the bone. Oh my gosh, good noises. Not cool though.
It's not cool.
This is a blind procedure and you can cause injury to the optic nerve and the blood vessels back there as well as the muscles.
Again. Okay. Oh. Hammer down. Now. Scrape. Scrape my brains out.
What? Scraping the brain itself, causing injury to the right frontal lobe. So the frontal lobe has to do mostly a lot of times with voluntary movements, expressive language, higher level functioning, personality, those sorts of things.
Oh, God. Hey, are you okay?
Uh-huh. So, hey.
Yeah, so lobotomies are not performed today. Last lobotomy that was performed in the United States was in 1967, so it's been a while.
It's been a while. Oh, buddy, what am I gonna do with you?
What?
Don't stop.
When I talk to people and I ask them about diarrhea, I literally ask them, are they like peeing out their butt, like liquidy diarrhea? But most people will also confuse like loose stools with diarrhea. Diarrhea is watery. What? What are you ripping through up top there? From the top shoulder over here, you got your clavicle, very easily broken. And I don't know if a lot of people out there have ever broken their clavicle. If you have, let me know in the comments. Oh, or rip the body in half. Connective tissue could potentially be stringy like that. We're not seeing any ribs necessarily broken, but you would break some ribs.
I don't need you.
We know he's super strong because he's actually even able to lift somebody up off the ground. A feat in itself, especially from your shoulders, and it looks like it's only one hand, so lifting that up, that's pretty darn hard to do. Oh, we knew that was gonna happen. Significantly torque and rotate to disengage the vertebral column and snap the spine is really hard to do. Probably the crunch is most likely related to the snapping of the connective tissue. Whoa. Oh gosh, what is gonna happen? We're gonna go right through it. Awful.
That's awful.
I'm assuming no creature was harmed during the filming of this. That type of impact at that speed, the passengers in the boat probably have massive amounts of injuries if you actually survive the impact. This is an event where the likelihood of survival is pretty low. There ends up being a lot of injuries that people get while boating.
I believe it was a boating accident.
Drownings or potentially infections due to the microorganisms that are in the water that you're in. And then you definitely have to be careful when it comes to the propeller. That is so powerful. It's like a small little fan, but going crazy fast. Ooh.
Come here, Ryan.
Now on your life.
Oh, we do get electrical injuries that come into the emergency department. You can get electrocuted by lightning, but more commonly, it's usually at like a workplace where people are like working on outlets or sockets and they get electrocuted that way, or with tools.
Get the away from my son. We love you, Ryan.
Oh, whoa, holy. Wow, the eye is now gone. You probably have a lot more water than blood come out. You probably have a combination of both. You've also now destroyed the back of the eye, which is where all the retina is, and your rods and your cones, so your ability to see is probably going to be now shot. Ooh. Sliced in half? What happened? Whoa!
I'm shot in the eye and the Apfelbums.
Good job of showing what the tissue actually kind of looks like when there's such damage to the area. Basically almost like ripping or torn tissue. You see bone, you can see different colors, so they're trying to depict different layers of tissue, which is good. Oh, punching your hand onto a hard object. A mere mortal will actually fracture the heck out of your hand, most likely. We have what's called the boxer's fracture, which typically relates to somebody hitting and fracturing either the 4th or the 5th metacarpal. Seriously. We have an eye gouge. The cornea, which is over top of the colored part of our eye, is very, very sensitive and has a lot of nerve endings and is quite painful. This definitely doesn't happen that often. Most of the time we see open globe injuries or open eye injuries due to lacerations, and you see some of the fluid coming out. The Boys, really good. I want to know what your reaction is to the latest season. Was it awesome? Was it a letdown? Let me know in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this, definitely check out this playlist right here. And you know, I've done a couple reacts to this series already, so check those out. And as always, do me a favor, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and hit that like button for me. Thanks so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.